Hello, comrades, and welcome to another episode of Ushanka Show, stories about life in the Soviet Union. My name is Sergei Sputnikov, and back in 1971 I was born in the USSR. Меня зовут Сергей Спутников, и я родился в Советском Союзе. Okay, as we continue talking about hygiene in the Soviet Union, I would like to show you this beautiful piece of soap. This is so-called хозяйственное мыло, which can be translated as household soap or laundry soap. So this was a popular soap. It was readily available in the Soviet Union. This piece actually is more modern. It was made in modern Ukraine, and it smells a little bit better than I remember the original one. Original хозяйственное мыло was coming in the larger blocks. This is more like a standard soap bar. And those came in 200 grams, which is almost a half of the pound. So it's a big, like a brick size soap. What's interesting about that soap, like you see, it says here 72%. This is pretty much how much fatty acids in this soap. So it's built or made the traditional way, using animal fats, usually be pig fat or cow fat. Urban legend went that in Soviet Union they used stray dogs. They killed them, cooked them, and used their fat to make a soap. That apparently is not true. So percentage, as I said, this is a 72% fatty acid soap. So it's really strong. pH about 11. So it's great to do your laundry, which people did. We didn't have, not many people had washing machines. We had some, you could buy powdered stuff to wash your clothes, but most people use this laundry soap, хозяйственное мыло. The other one was also, I think, like 60%. So it was a little bit like a more gentle. There's a discussion still going on about how healthy it was to use this type of soap on your skin. I mean, pH 11, I'm not in cosmetology, but I think it's like pretty strong on your skin, but some people say this is how you do that called, skin peeling. You remove the top layer to make your skin look younger. So that's maybe the case. I had a hard time trying to find the price. I think for the 200 gram block was 19 kopecks, which pretty much was the cheapest soap on the market. And most people used it also for the personal hygiene. I remember using this soap, especially in the village, and that's what my grandparents used to do dishes. So they will wash dishes with this soap. You soap like a small rug and scrub your dishes with, and then you do laundry with the soap. And then if you have a smaller pieces left, that's what you use to wash your hair, wash your body. I remember that soap was really rough. This is way smoother. And as I said, smells better. On the Soviet soap, there'll be ГОСТ, государственный стандарт. Here says GSTU. That's Державный стандарт Украины. So I said that's a modern Ukrainian soap. So I remember taking this, soap to the river and scrubbing myself. And I remember it was pretty rough on your skin. Just the way it was built, it was not smooth soap. It was pretty rough. What else interesting about it? People used it for other things. Some use them like even as a glue. Like when we try to tape our windows in the winter to stop the cold drafts, you will have a strip of paper, and then you soap it up with this soap, and it will be sticky enough to stick it, and the paper will stay in place without leaving any glue residue. So that's kind of interesting. Most truck drivers had at least one chunk of the laundry soap like this in their truck, because it was good enough to seal small cracks in the fuel tank. So if your tank starts dripping, you can just rub in the soap and it will seal that small hole. So that was another unusual usage of this soap. As I said, everyone used it for personal hygiene because it was cheap, and like out in the country, that's pretty much the only soap you could purchase. In the cities, of course, you can buy other soaps, and I look at the prices. Our soaps, some of them were quite expensive. I'll make a separate video about those, but there was just a small 140 gram like a bathroom soap for a ruble, 1 ruble, which you can that's a lot of money. You know, you can write boss 20 times for 1 ruble, so that's the cost of soap, and 7 bars of soap will cover your apartment rent. So it's like, oh, your rent was so cheap or the soap was so expensive. It's hard to tell. So as I said, it doesn't smell that great. And I brought this piece of soap for main reason, just kind of show my kids. And my wife was using it to scare kids from using bad words. She would just make them to sniff it and says, I'll make you eat this soap if you continue dropping F-bombs. So I grew up using it on my hair all the time. And I remember my grandfather, when you have little tiny chunks of the soap left, like we call it obmilek, and then he will use that instead of the shaving cream. You know, he will put that little piece of soap in a cup and then add some hot water and then use that special brush, kind of fluff it up, make a nice foam, and he will use that soap foam to apply his face and shave. So that's another interesting part of our Soviet hygiene, is using this laundry soap, Hazardous mila, for everyday use. And I said, there's still people can make their mind. Some say that was like the best thing ever. It was healthy. Some people say no, it was really bad for your skin. Some people claim, well, if you shower only once a week, it's fine, but you don't want to use this soap on your skin daily. So let me know what you think. I said, it's nothing fancy about it. It was sold like this, no wrappers, nothing, no paper wrapper, just big case of these soaps, and you buy. And I said, they were big. Original was a 200-gram block, so they were pretty large. And all it is on the sage is 72%. You know, they didn't waste the time and money to advertise and make it pretty. You buy it or you don't buy it, they didn't care. So I thought it might be find it guys interesting. And for my background, I used some old article. And this is from Perestroika times. So we're talking like 1988, 89. That's when the articles appeared about, in this case, this article's called Человек и Symbol, the human and the symbol. And it's about Stalin and his surroundings. So we have some correspondent talking with Doctor of Historical Science, Professor Borisov. One time when I will have time, I'll translate it. So this is like the very first perestroika articles when they started talking more like the true story about Stalin, some declassified documents. Like here's the question. Sometimes we have a question, why Lenin never named a direct inheritor or something, right? The person who will take over. So they discussed this part because, you know, in Soviet Union, people don't elect leaders. In Soviet Union, leaders elect leaders. So kind of cool. So I thought it would be kind of neat background for this little soap story. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you soon. До свидания. Goodbye. And now we're approaching local community laundromat. So you could tell there is some traffic going on along the path. We gotta watch out to the left and to the right. It's a lot of stinging needles. Nettles? That stinging plant. We don't have poison ivy or poison oak, but I have a lot of stinging nettles. Somebody's doing laundry right now. And I'm thinking I'll be here, but look, somebody's doing their rugs. Не-не-не, я...
Тут стирать отлично. Вот именно стирать это отлично. Як для стирки. Так что не купаться ничего, як стирать.
Да, тут же.
Кладку не вешать її.
Это уже полощите, да?
Да, да, постирано уже. Тут вообще стирать отлично. Тут уже лучше не придумаешь. Лучше не придумаешь. І ось добренні. Нехай сухо.
А зимой сюда же никто не ходит стирать, уже все замерзает, да?
Ні. Тут осінь, весною. Ну і поняли, я тепло.
Comrades is available at the Ushanka store at teespring.com. Just a friendly reminder that my book American Diaries is available on amazon.com, or shoot me an email if you would like to have a signed copy. Thank you. And if you love my channel and would like to show your support, please click on the link below this video and become the patron of the Ushanka Show. For as little as $1, you can help us grow and create the new interesting videos about the life in Soviet